almost everyone has feelings of sort of ceilings or limitations on how much money you associate with living the good life. In other words, you have these feelings of how much money is enough money and how much money is too much money. There are a lot of people that are spending a lot of money and they're feeling joyful in it. But you can't find them from your place of believing that spending money is an appropriate thing. So let's work on that just for a little bit, because we want to ask you some questions. If you were to purchase something that you really don't need, something that costs a lot, let's say go into a jewelry store and you find something that's really shiny and beautiful and that attracts you because of its beauty, and you inquire what it costs and they tell you it's $200,000, and you have the money to pay. Let's say that you have $220,000 in your bank account right now, so you can afford it. So you buy it. What's the feeling from where you currently stand about that? Do you feel like nobody should spend that much money on something like that? It feels wasteful? So now you're receiving that trinket and you are giving someone some money. And that person is receiving that money and paying someone who moved it from one place to another. So they're receiving a little bit of benefit from it. And the person who created it is receiving some money from it. And the materials that went into it, those people are receiving some money from it. So let's say that there are 20 people that, or more, but let's say there are 20 people who will financially benefit from your purchase. Is it wasteful for you to add to the financial well-being of others? Some of them will send their children to school with the money that you have paid for that. Some of them will buy food with the money that you've paid for that. Some of them will donate it to orphanages. Some of them will pay taxes. So what has really happened here? Have you added to the economy? Have you added to lifestyle? Has there really been any wastefulness? In other words, you could say, I didn't really need this, but when you think about it in terms of the economy and the people that benefited from the spending of the money, where do you get the idea that your participating in the economic system is somehow doing something that is wrong? How did this shortage consciousness occur when you are all exchanging your gifts and services in this economic world that you have going on? We want to submit to you that the more money that you allow to flow through you and the more places that you funnel the money that flows through you, the more you uplift. Have you taken a look at your economy? Do you know that your economy is at an all-time high? And do you understand that it was not that long ago that you were trading beads and fur and things? In other words, your economy isn't bigger because you have connected to some spaceship that has been piping in resources from other galaxies. Your economy is only improving because you have found different ways of exchanging your human vitality with one another. And the more you exchange that, the more vital you are and the more vital your economy is. Everyone wins when you find ways to attract and release, to breathe. Now, if you were sucking it in and holding it and not letting it out, we can understand how there could be some imbalance, just like if you were to try to breathe air in. As you breathe air in and you don't allow it to flow out, in other words, there is a little hang-up even about breathing that is going on. In other words, we like to use the analogy, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. It's effortless. When you run, you want more. When you sleep, you want less. In and out, in and out. You never suck it in and hold it for fear there won't be more later. You never stand out on your porch for fear that there won't be enough left in the afternoon. I need to get it all while I can. You expect the air to be there when you want it, and we want you to understand that the vitality and the clarity and the money is there. It's always there for you. Breathe it in and breathe it out and breathe it in and breathe it out. And that's the point of that game. That's what that game is designed to help you to do, is to think of things that you would like to use as your excuse to allow the money to flow in. But if you feel guilty about spending money, if we were standing in your physical shoes, now you're spending that money, think about what those will do who will receive the money. Think about that. Think of yourself as a philanthropist in the uplifting of others from whom you buy it. It's a checkbook game where you deposit $1,000 into your account, vibrational dollars, and you spend that $1,000. On the second day, you deposit $2,000 and spend them. On the third day, you deposit $3,000 and spend them. On the 365th day, you deposit $365,000 and spend it. So as you are spending this money vibrationally, as you are mentally spending it, what's happening is you are creating outlets out there for it to go. When you create a vibrational outlet, it draws you and everything for the accomplishment of it through you. That's what eagerness is. That's what passion is. That's what your feeling of enthusiasm is.